guys, welcome back to the Whimsical Workshop. In our final video on how to create on the go, we are going to cover my art supplies bags and how I pack them to travel and create. So let's get started. Alright, hopefully you have been watching the whole series of videos on crafting on the go. If not, I will make sure to link them below. But so far we have covered why I like these craft bags, which are Yazzii bags. In the first video, the second one, we covered hand sewing on the go. The third one was machine sewing on the go. And in this video, we're going to cover how I pack for creating on the go when I want to draw or paint. For that, I have two bags that I use. This first one is the Compact Craft Organizer. You can see very, very thin, very small, very lightweight. It can slide into my backpack with my laptop. And if I have a sketchbook in my backpack, I can draw on the plane, sitting in the car, sitting in a restaurant. I have everything I need to do that. And then when I know I'm going to be gone longer and I want to maybe do some watercolor or painting, I would grab this bag, which even is big enough to put a sketchbook in the bag on top of what I'm going to share with you on what's inside. So let's take a look at what we've got. So usually when I want to draw, we open this guy up, and I love the way this is made because I can open it up and it's nice and flat, but nothing's going to fall out. It's all self-contained. So once I know I'm going to go on the road and I want to do drawing or painting, there are a few questions I ask myself before I pack up what I'm taking. Unfortunately, unlike hand sewing or machine sewing, I don't have one set of tools that lets me do all different kinds of projects. Like I can take my machine sewing bag and I can applique, I can machine sew, I can paper piece, I can do all kinds of sewing. Same thing with my hand sewing bag. There's all different kinds of hand sewing. I have everything I need. With with drawing and painting, you need to think about what mediums you want to use. How messy is it going to be? Where are you going to be working? And at the moment, what medium are you playing with? A lot of artists, they pick one medium and they stick to it. And then there's people like me. I do marker, I do watercolor, I do acrylic, I might play with pastels. It just depends on kind of what medium I feel like playing with. And then where is that trip? So for a art bag, there are some standard things I use for all the different mediums. And then there are specialty items. So that's why I have two different things. So no matter which medium I am currently playing in, I usually start all of my sketches the same way, which is with a pencil drawing. And then if I know I'm going to do marker or watercolor or even ink, I will ink it in first. So in my little bag that goes in my backpack, I have a whole set of Micron pens and different tips because, you know, you want to have thin lines, thick lines. I have everything from brush to size 12, it looks like. So I have different nibs, so that's what those are. I do have a water brush in case I'm doing watercolor pencil, which is you can use color pencil and then you add water and it becomes like watercolor. It's very, very fun. It's one of my favorites. And then I have a pipette that I can use to fill this because say I'm going on an airplane, I can't have a water pen full of water. It is less than 3 ounces, but I just don't want to be stopped by security. So I make sure this is empty and then I can use this with a cup of water and fill my pen after I get through security. So that is why I have that. I do have a little ruler in here for straight lines. And then because I do most of my drawing in pencil, I have my mechanical pencil, I have micro erasers, I have a compass, believe it or not, this little guy, love this little guy. He is a compass. It takes mechanical pencil leads right there. So you just pop this open and fill it when it's empty, but because I'm already drawing with a mechanical pencil, I can use the same leads for both, so I don't have to carry two different things. So that is my compass. There are the micro erasers. I have one for straight and then one that's really, really tiny. I have a very, very F pencil. This is a very, very light pencil for watercolor. So if I'm sketching for a watercolor, I would use a very light pen. And then I have a, this is a brush marker in case I do want to give myself kind of a calligraphy look to my drawings. So those are all in that little bag. I have washi tape, so if I am going to be doing a painting, I can actually take this, tape the edges of my paper before I paint. Then when I'm done painting, you remove this. Washi tape has a lower adhesive, so it doesn't tend to rip the paper. But I have, these are all kind of really thin, so I have 4 of them right now in here to try to use them up. And then over here is the, this is an eraser shield. If you haven't seen this, you just lay this on your drawing and you can erase, you know, whatever's in between the metal. I use this in drafting school. So I have that in here. I have several types of erasers, pencil sharpener, and alcohol prep pads. You can never, ever have enough of those stashed somewhere. You can use them to clean something off if you get marker on something, or if you need to get a sticky residue off of something, you have those in there. So this again is my, you know, throw it in my backpack. I can do a sketch anywhere. I just need this in a sketchbook. So that is the really small one. Then when I know what medium I want to go work with, this is the one I would load up with what I need. Currently it is loaded for watercolor because that is something I am playing with. I have my let's turn it around this way. I have my very, very cute dinosaur blasting into space pin. I bought that somewhere, but I love that the Yazzii bags are soft fabric that you can just stick pins on. You can embellish these. You could probably use fabric paint on them. It is your bag to do with what you want. I will link the bags below if you're interested in them. And they come in multiple colors, so if you're not a pink person, don't worry about it. All right, so let's go through what is in the big bag. This is one where I would do a specific medium that I'm taking on the road, and it may be on the road longer, or I really want to paint while I'm on the road. This would be the bag I would take. I would still take this. This one always goes with me in the backpack, so we've got that. We've done that. So let's see what's in this one. Now, this is the craft box from Yazzii. That's what this bag is called, and I will link this one below. I really like this for art supplies because it's a little more versatile. So when you open it up, it's unlike the other Yazzii bags. If you've watched any of our other organizational videos, this is video number 4. If you've watched any of our other organizational videos, you'll see the Yazzii bags usually have their pouches sewn into the bag. This one is unique in the sense that the pouches are individual and you can pull them out, and you can buy spare bags which you can fill with whatever you want. So for me, for art mediums, I can have one with markers, I can have one with paintbrushes, I can have one with pastels, and then when I'm going on the road, I just grab the right pouches and stick them in the bag. So you can still be pre-organized to pack this bag, but you do need, it's not something you just pack, stick aside, and don't think about. You will need to open it before you go on the road. So what do I have in my big bag? What we've got is, first I've got this flask from Amazon because if I want to paint outside or paint at someone's house, or I want to paint in the hotel room, you can fill it up with water, and then this little disc on the side pops out, and it is a shot glass or a cup. So you want to make sure you lock it before you fill it with water. You want to make sure you lock it before you fill it with water, but then I can put my water in here and have a brush cleaning cup on the go, and I don't have to worry about using a paper cup. I mean, you can usually find one, but this is really nice that I know I have it. And then you just close that up and pop it back in your flask, and you're ready to roll. It's also nice because I can take this, fill it after I get through the security on the at the airport, and then use my pipette from the other bag to fill my water brushes. So it's a handy, handy thing to have. So I have that. Then in my pouches here, we have one. These are Zebra Click Art fine line markers. Very, very cool. You know, you have, it's the tip of a thin Sharpie, but I really like the Zebra inks, and I got a set that has all of my lovely colors, so I can doodle in color if I feel like it. So there are the Zebra Click Art pens. I can switch these out for any of the few pen sets I have back here. Say I want to do all black, I could pick those. I have some brush pens, I have metallic pens, you know, gel pens. So this bag kind of changes depending on what pens I want to take with me on the road. Then we have this bag. Again, this is set for watercolor right now. This here is a set of very nice travel paintbrushes. They just pop open like that. I really like them. These are, I don't know the name. I did get these on Amazon. I do have to say, for inexpensive brushes, these are very, very nice for watercolor. I will see if I can find the link and add it below for these, but you've got 3 sizes here in my bag. And, you know, you can't really go by sizes because a 4 brush on one manufacturer is, you know, a 2 from another. But I do have a small, medium, and large brush here, and they just slide in, but they have a nice weight. So if you're painting, they have a very nice weight. So those are in here. I am very good about cleaning my brushes. So this is a container of brush cleaner soap. You just pop it open, swipe your brush on it with some water, and it'll get the excess paint out of your brush. Taking care of your brushes will make them last longer, so it's handy to have that, and I love that it's a little portable one. Every designer person should have their business cards handy in any of their travel bags, because I don't know about you, I will meet someone on a plane, they'll ask for my card, and I never have it. So now I have these in all of my bags, and that way I always have one. And obviously painting on the go, these are little tiny watercolor palettes. They're trading cards. I do like to do little paintings when I'm on the road just because you don't have to store them. They're easy to store. You do have to store them. But I have some of those in here, and I have some others elsewhere in the bag. So, and then in this one, again, all of the pencils I would need. I have a white gel pen to add highlights to my paintings. I have a water brush here. I have a mechanical pencil, and I just have a regular pen to take notes with. Again, washi tape, leads, eraser, sharpener, basic things you need. And then over here, this is just a little watercolor sketchbook, so I can work on the road. A brand new one. I haven't even broken it in yet. I really like the Raphael. No, I'm sorry. It's Paul Rubens. It's a Paul Rubens watercolor pad. I got this on Amazon. I really do like his paper. It feels nice to paint on. So, and their stuff isn't super expensive. So I have that, and it fits in here perfectly. I do have a water bottle that I can fill up with water, again from my Flask if I need to, so I can reactivate my watercolors. I could just spritz them with this. And then I have this funny little tube with caps, because I do have my absolute favorite paintbrush that I like to take and use at home. I can slide it in here and it will not get damaged in travel. So I have this in here so I can slide that brush in when I'm on the road. And then I have the most expensive piece of art equipment ever. This is a 49-cent ceramic tile from the hardware store. This is what I like to use as a watercolor template. It is beautiful. The watercolors don't pool on it like they would with plastic, and you can reactivate off of the tile. It's not very heavy. It's popped in the bottom of the bag. If it breaks, it's 49 cents. I'll go get another one. So I do like having that in here, and it's a very low profile, so I can just fit it in there. And I have a circle template because sometimes you just really want to draw a circle, and say I forgot my compass at home. I do have this to do some smaller circles. So that is all in the back compartment. It all fits right in here like that. In the front compartment I have, and then these fit on top. And then in the front compartment I have this little container, bought it at Michael's, $1 I think it was. It is long enough for pencils and brushes and stuff, but over time this has become like kind of my catch-all thing. I have turn it around so you can see here, a Molotow masking pen in case I want to mask anything on my watercolors. I have these really pretty, really large binder clips that if I'm working in my journal, I can clip both sides of the notebook open so the wind comes along, my page doesn't blow over. So I have these to put on my sketchbook or my journal to keep it open. Another little metal ruler. This is a watercolor palette, believe it or not. These little tabs, you can add water to them, and They're in here. Let's see if I can open this up. I haven't used this yet, but I thought this was a perfect thing to throw in my travel bag. There they are, these little watercolor chips. They're thick. They have a texture. You just add the water and it's impregnated with the watercolor. So you can just use these little swatches, and there's a whole book of watercolor swatches. That company is Viviva, and I've heard really good things about this, so I got one for the Inktober thing and I've thrown it in here. I have one of my quilting rulers in here. This is, let me see if I can do it so you can see it. There we go. Amazingly, you know, crossing crafts is really handy. This is really good to mark lines on your paper because you can see through it. And these little rulers you can't, and they come in different widths. So if you're doing a lot of marking, get a quilting ruler for drawing. It works great. So I had a spare one, I threw it in here. I have both a hot press and cold press watercolor little mini pad, just in case I want to do something fun, and another pipette in case I need it to fill something. And so these are all the goodies that are in this little container. And I can put something in here. Say I have little watercolor pans I buy at an art store. I can put them in here. They're safe. They can travel because it's hard-sided. Nothing's going to get damaged. So it is a multi-purpose box. I can certainly move things out of here to put other things. The key, though, is to get this closed. So there's that. And then I know I'm talking about watercolor, but I haven't shown you any paints. I do have this is my custom one. These are all of my tubed watercolors. There's different ones here. And I did a swatch card so I can see what I want. This was just a tin I bought somewhere, and these little palettes I got off of Amazon, and they have magnetic bottoms with a sticky adhesive, so I can just magnetize them into the tin. And of course, you know, I had to decorate my tin to make it pretty. So that is that. And then these are the watercolor pencils I was talking about. This is a Winsor Newton student set. I have a couple other sets of them. This one's really nice because it fits right in the bag and kind of gives me a variety of colors. And these, again, you use them like watercolor and then you activate them with water and they become watercolors. So I have a set of those. I have a set of traditional watercolors. I have a set of the sheet watercolor. So I've got 3 different types of paint in this little bag. And then on top of that, once you put that in there, you could fit a smaller sketch pad. I'm trying to see if I got one here. So if I wanted to take this little sketch pad with me, I could put it in here and it still will zip up and go all in one bag on the road with me. And this will fit in my suitcase, which is really, really nice. It's not very big. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not super heavy, even with the tile. So it is a great bag to take on the road. These are the bags I use for art on the go. Again, this is the Yazzii Compact Craft Organizer, and this is the Yazzii Craft Box. I will link these both below if you think the bags are cool and would like to use them yourself. They come in a multitude of colors, and they also have different styles of bags as well that have different compartment layouts, so you may find a layout that really works better for your medium. So this is the end of our Let's Get Organized Creating on the Go series. I will link the other videos below. Stay tuned for more videos on how to organize your space, how to be motivated with your craft of choice, and how to start 2022 on the right foot. So I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you want to be notified for more videos, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.